once again, thank you everybody for joining today's webinar, where we will explore how you can elevate your collaboration and coordination with the help of Autodesk BIM Collaborate Pro. You will note that you are automatically muted, but if you do have any questions or comments, please feel free to use the Q&A box or the chat box, as we will address them as soon as we can. So today's presenters will be myself, Nadia, and my colleague Mamelo. We are both BIM technical specialists here at Baker Baynes and both in the AECO industry. Before joining Baker Baynes, I was a civil engineer and Mamelo was an architect. So as you can see, we are a great combination because not only will you get the engineer's perspective, but also the architect's perspective today. Then just an introduction on Baker Baynes. A lot of you might already actually know Baker Baynes, but for those who don't, Baker Baynes focuses on 3 main areas: consulting, education, software, and hardware. From a consulting side, we help businesses with BIM solutions, setting up common data environments, and making sure their teams and workflows basically run smoothly. On the education side, we are an Autodesk authorized training center, offering accredited classroom and virtual training, as well as customized or user-based training or project-based training and self-paced e-learning with the help of Pinnacle. We are an Autodesk Gold partner, providing software and hardware solutions, and we also work with leading partners such as Leica, ClearEdge, and OpenSpace, and Eagle Point. And not only do we serve the building and civil industries, but we also serve the energy, process plant, and manufacturing industries. So definitely get in touch with us if you are from those industries. What you can expect to see today. So Mamelo is going to show us how nice you can actually collaborate on the same project at the same time in the cloud for all those Revit users. He's also going to, I'm going to show you a little bit on how easily you can coordinate with different stakeholders or disciplines. We will show you the fancy clash detection tool that BIM Collaborate has. We will look at change management, integration with Navisworks for Revit, and basically issue management. We will touch on best practices for coordination meetings, actionable insights, and we will also show you exciting new features when it comes to BIM Collaborate. And as I mentioned, you guys are muted, but if you do have any questions or comments, please feel free to use that chat box or the Q&A box, as we will have that Q&A session at the very end. Now, before we actually get started, we would just like to launch a quick poll and ask you, what is your biggest challenge in project collaboration? Is it keeping track of model versions, miscommunication between teams, managing design issues efficiently, or maybe it's lack of real-time project visibility, or it even might be the case that it's all of the above? If you guys can please just take a few seconds to answer that, and then I'll ask Mamelo to read the results to us. Okay, Mamelo, do we have a few votes already?
Yes, we do. So 36% said miscommunication between teams, and 20% said managing design issues efficiently, 10% said keeping track of model versions, and 7% said lack of real-time visibility, and 23% said all of the above.
Okay, very interesting. So miscommunication is the number 1 there.
Yes, that is correct.
Very interesting. So guys, I hope that you guys will enjoy the webinar that we are showcasing to you today, because basically BIM Collaborate Pro is the solution to all those challenges that you might be facing. With that being said, we can get started. So why does collaboration and coordination matter? Well, obviously it does matter quite a lot, because that's why you all are here today and actually joined this webinar. But as you know, things in the AEC industry isn't as smooth sailing as we would like it to be. because there's so many moving parts, different teams, and constant design changes. And at the end of the day, if we aren't working together effectively, things can go sideways pretty quickly. Suddenly, there's a lot of rework, which leads to a lot of delays, and we end up being so frustrated that we just can't wait for the project to be done before it even has started. So how we collaborate and coordinate is very important. Are we stuck in the traditional way of doing things, or are we making it easy for ourselves with cloud collaboration? Now, if we were to look for just a few seconds at what do we mean with traditional versus cloud-based collaboration, I'm sure that you guys know what I mean by traditional, but a lot of people are still going the traditional route by sending still emails with attachments relating to project information. And you probably have all your project information still stored on local servers or even Dropbox, SharePoint, OneDrive, whatever the case might be. And let's face it, we don't have just one project we're working on. We have multiple projects that we're working on. So I'm sure during the day, at one point, your screen looks like this. It looks pretty familiar to you, where you have all these tabs open with your OneDrive, your SharePoint, and your Dropbox, and you have all these files on your PC as well. And you just can't find the file that you're looking for regarding your project. And funny enough, a study was actually done that says an average employee spends about 3 hours a day looking for information. And that's crazy to think about it, because there's so much more you could have actually done with that 3 hours than looking for information. So that's why we have cloud-based collaboration, because cloud-based collaboration flips the script entirely. There's no more hours spending searching for files, as you have one common data environment. You will just save all your files within Docs. It won't exist on SharePoint or Dropbox or your OneDrive. It will all exist within one place, one common data environment. And you can have, anybody can have access to that files depending on the permission settings, and you can access that anywhere. Doesn't matter if you have a team in Johannesburg or a team in Cape Town or even a team in Australia, you can still access that information. And what's nice is it's live updates in the cloud, so you always know that you're working with the latest files. And the nice thing with the cloud collaboration as well is that federated model that we are going to show you as well, that is in the cloud. So you can easily see if there's going to be clashes. And once you see those clashes, you can instantly resolve them. Whereas with your traditional workflow on the other end, you have to do manual issue tracking, which, as you know, is time consuming and often results in problems only being discovered on site, and then it's too late. So how we collaborate and coordinate is very, very important. And our message to you today basically is, don't be the guy on the left that is stuck in the past and starting to realize he is in trouble. Rather be the guy on the right who is adapting as things are changing and evolving as things are changing. He's going the BIM route, which is basically cloud collaboration. So the question at the end of the day, how do we rescue the guy on the left? How do we get him away from traditional workflows into cloud collaboration? Simply put, we introduce him to Autodesk BIM Collaborate Pro. And with BIM Collaborate Pro, he can stop struggling with outdated methods, he can get with the times and actually start to enjoy collaboration and coordination. No more headaches and no more frustration. But actually, before I start introducing BIM Collaborate to you guys, I just want to show you the whole picture where it actually fits in. A lot of you might already be familiar with Autodesk Construction Cloud, but basically there's different tools that you can use within Autodesk Construction Cloud. So there's BIM Collaborate and BIM Collaborate Pro, which we will be discussing today, but you also get Build, which is basically for your contractors because it's a tool for field and project management software or services. And then there's also Takeoff. So if you are a QS or an estimator, this is the tool for you because it's a 2D and 3D takeoff software. And then lastly, the foundation of all of these tools that you see here on the screen is Autodesk Docs, Autodesk Docs acts as that one common data environment. So you can think of Autodesk Docs as your OneDrive or your Dropbox or your SharePoint, but it's one place where all your project information exists. And what's nice is if you guys have an architecture, engineering, and construction collection, or easily said, an EEC collection, that's already part of that collection. So if you have an AEC collection, you already have docs. So why not use it? Why not actually start saving all your information in the cloud on docs instead of SharePoint and OneDrive? Okay. With that, so basically, what is BIM Collaborate and what is BIM Collaborate Pro? So as I mentioned, Autodesk Docs is the foundation of the Autodesk Construction Cloud platform. So if you were to buy Build, Takeoff, or just BIM Collaborate, you will get Docs with it because it's the foundation. It can't exist without it. The project information is stored in that platform. But what you also get is design collaboration. So design collaboration gives you basically a high degree of control over who and with whom your project data, or not rather how, I should say how and with whom your project data is shared, as well as the unique ability to see what has changed from version to version, which we will also showcase to you. And then there's also the nice model coordination module, which gives you that automated 3D clash detection tool where you can actually see what is clashing before you go to site and instantly create issues and resolve them. So that's basically what you get with BIM Collaborate. But what's nice is with BIM Collaborate Pro, you get Revit Cloud Work Sharing. Now, Revit Cloud Work Sharing basically adds powerful Revit technology, which allows you and your team to work on the same model at the same time. So you don't have to wait for somebody to save a drawing and then close it out and then you can open it. You can literally work in the same model at the same time. And this is where I will hand over to Mamelo, who will physically showcase that to us now.
Thanks, Nadia. Traditionally, Revit work sharing relied on local service. This led to delays, confusion, and the need for constant file transfers. With BIM Collaborate Pro, these are all issues of the past because it updates in real time. Everyone works off the latest model, no matter where they are. Oh my word, my sync is not publishing. What is collaborate and what is sharing? Think of it like this. You are collaborating with your team members in your office and you are sharing your team's work with other consultants. Where are you syncing to and where are you publishing to? You are syncing all the latest changes of your team members to the central model, and you are sharing this central model onto ACC. For example, let's say that I'm an architect in Cape Town with my team, and I'd like to share my architectural model with a structural engineer based in Joburg. Now onto the fun part. So I'll simply open the model that I'd like to share in Revit. And then I'll go under the Collaborate tab, Publish Settings. This is where I will manage my 3D views as well as my sheets inside my sets that I've created. I will then synchronize this model to ensure that I'm saving the latest changes. It will save to the local. It will reload all the latest changes that my team have done, and it will save this model to the central. Once that's done, I will go to Manage Cloud Models. I will find this model, and then I'll say Publish Latest. Once that's done, I will then go back and log into ACC, and I will see the solid blue dot. If I click on it, it will show me the set that I just published. Mind you, this is only showing to my team on ACC. Until I click on the plus sign and I share a package. I will then select the package that I want to share with the structural engineer. And then I'll say share. Once that's done, you'll be able to see that the package has been shared, and I'll cross my fingers and hope that the structural engineer has received the package. So let's see if they received it. Over to you, Nadia.
Thank you, Mamelo. So as you guys saw, it's very easy for Mamelo to not only just collaborate with her own team, she can easily collaborate with me as well, my structural team. But at the end of the day, the real challenge is actually tracking what has been modified, added, or removed. And this is where BIM Collaborate Pro really shines. So as soon as Mamelo has shared the architect now in this case, has shared her latest information with me, I don't want to pick up the phone and call her now and ask her, but listen, what has changed between this model and the model you just sent to me 2 hours ago? I want to easily, by just going to the model, see what has changed. Now, this is on the screen that I have here. It's just a quick example to you what you can actually get. But for instance, if I were to compare two Revit models against each other, this is basically what you will see when you go to changes. So here I can instantly see that this door has been moved. And what's nice is it also shows you in which direction and how much it has been moved. So that's very nice. I got all that information by simply just going to her package that she has shared with me. I didn't even call her. So before we actually look at changes, so you saw that Mamelo went to her timeliner tool under design collaboration within BIM Collaborate Pro, but basically she also saw this interface. So easily once she has saved her Revit model, she created her central copy, but as soon as she wanted to share information with the other disciplines, she had to create a package. Now, on my side, I can instantly see that the architectural team has created a package by looking at that dot. So this dot basically indicates that a package has been shared and I haven't actually looked at it yet or consumed it. So to show you on my side what it will look like, if I were that dot, I can instantly see when was it shared, and I can simply say, I want to explore what she has actually shared with me. So just by clicking on that button and clicking on explore, I can instantly see the Revit model that she has shared with me. And also if she were to share certain 3D views or actual sheets from her Revit model with me as well, I would have been able to click on sheets and 3D views here as well. And I will see exactly the 3D views and the sheets that she had in her model. But now, as I said, the very important thing is we want to see what has changed. So if I were to go click on show changes, I will physically see this. So very nice. Instantly by just clicking on show changes, this pop-up pops up and I can see from this version to this version what has been added, what has been removed, what has been modified. So instantly I know nothing has been added, nothing has been removed. There's only 30 items that have been modified. And if I were to click on that 30, you will literally get a list of all the items that have been modified. So and they will be indicated in yellow. And for instance, if something will be removed, it would have been indicated in red. So visually, I can easily see it that all these yellow items have been modified. And if I were to click on one of those line items, as I mentioned before, you will see this pop-up that now physically tells you how this one wall has changed from the one version to the other version. So I can instantly see by how much it has been moved and in which direction as well. And what's nice is if I were to click on the different two models to physically see how it has been moved from the one to the other, I can simply switch between the two interfaces and see that. So once I have obviously reviewed all the changes and I'm happy with it, I'm actually up to date now, I can decide to consume it. So basically what that means is, yes, I viewed this information that the architect has shared, but now I want to consume that information to make it available to my whole team. So as soon as I click consume, that information that she shared will automatically be placed into my team's consumed folder. So basically what that means is, what's nice, if I were to go, oh, and the timeliner also updates now because it tells you as well that you have consumed it. So from the dot to the block, I will instantly know that I have consumed this information. So that's basically telling me that the latest information I have looked at. And as I said, it's very nice once you click consume because it automatically goes to the consumed folder. And if I were to go to my structural team's Revit model, what's nice is now, if I were to be, if let's say I linked all the structural of all the architectural and MEP models to my Revit interface, I can, once I clicked on consume, I don't have to come back to my Revit interface and reload all those drawings. It will automatically be updated once I open my Revit because I linked it from the consumed folder. And that's very important because I'm working with the latest information from the latest or from the other disciplines. Now, what's nice is as well is not only does the change management work with just Revit models, you can also see change management between civil 3D drawings, for instance. So here I'm comparing two civil 3D drawings. And what's nice is you have two options that you can choose from how you want to view the changes, basically the overlay and side-by-side method. But this is the side-by-side method. I like to call it the slider method, where you physically drag the slider and you can see how the one version has changed to the other version. And here I can easily see how my horizontal alignment of my road has changed by just dragging that slider. And I can easily see how my long sections and my profiles have been updated. So I can easily view the latest levels as well. So I don't even have to go to Revit or Civil 3D to open my drawing to see what has changed. I can simply come here and see it. And that's the overlay method that I'm showing here to you guys now. Basically, it puts the one version in one color and the other version in another color, and everything that's still in black hasn't changed. So you can easily see how things has changed through the versions that have been shared. Then what's nice as well is even if you're a non-Revit or Civil 3D user, you can at any time go view changes of a model. Whether it was a Revit model or a Civil 3D model, you simply just go to BIM Collaborate Pro and you say which models do you want to compare to each other. So here I compared the architecture Revit 1 model against the 2 model, and I can instantly see how many items have been modified, removed, or even deleted or added. So basically, if I were to click on one of those items, you can see once it has been removed, it indicates in red. But as I showcased to you guys earlier, you can instantly see what happened with that item. So this item was removed, so it will tell me it has been removed. But if it was modified, it will physically tell me by how much has it been modified. Has it changed in height? Has it moved from the left to the right? Or maybe it moves from a whole different level to another level. It will also tell you that. Okay, so it's very easy to view changes with the help of BIM Collaborate Pro. Now, as you guys know, another critical aspect of successful collaboration is avoiding clashes and actually resolving issues effectively. And to be honest, clashes and issues are inevitable in any project, but how quickly we catch them and response makes all the difference. And with the help of BIM Collaborate, your team can address those problems the moment they arise. Whether it's a clash between models or a design issue, you can at any time mark it as an issue, assign responsibility, and set a deadline to say when it needs to be fixed from within the platform. Now, as I said, it has an automatic clash detection tool, so very nice. This is instantly what you will see if you were to go to clashes. This is all the models, all my Revit models that exist within my coordination space. And basically all the models that you see here is the same models at the top. So they're comparing the models against each other. So I can see between this model and this model, for instance, there's 3,480 clashes. Now imagine trying to track that manually. That would have taken you maybe weeks to figure out, or you might have even not catch that. You only might have caught it on site, which will be too late. So what's nice is if I were to click on any of those values, I can physically go see an aggregated model of all those clashes. So here I can see I am comparing the MEP model against the structural model, and it instantly shows me all the clashes between those models. So basically the one model is indicated in red and the other model is indicated in green. In this case, the green one is the structural model, and it shows me between these two models, there's 439 clashes. And if I now were to click on any of those clashes, it instantly takes me to that clash. It gives me a 3D view like this, and I can instantly see where the clash is. So it's picking up a clash here because there's a duct going through the wall. There's no opening in the wall. This might not be too serious visually just looking at it, but what's nice is you can easily create a clash by simply, oh, oopsie, sorry about that. So if I just go back here, so I can easily create an issue and I can fill out the details related to that issue. I can assign a status to it. I can even change the name if I wanted to of the title. But what's nice is it automatically picks up that you clicked on a duct and there's two other objects that it is clashing with. And you can assign the type of clash. This is a coordination clash in this instance. You can add a description and you can assign it easily to the relevant person to fix and also assign a due date. And then obviously, once you have gone through all those clashes and created issues for all those clashes, what's nice is you can see on issues all these listed issues that was created, and you can easily see or sort by the status to say you want to see all of them that are open, maybe you want to see all of them who are closed, all of them who are in review. Very nice. And you can also filter by who it has been assigned to. So once that issue have been created, that relevant person needs to go to their Revit model. And in this case, I said it's the structural engineer who needs to go add those openings to the walls because of the ducts going through it. So the Revit modeler fixes that, he adds the openings, and once that has been reviewed, he will simply go back to the cloud and create that package exactly like Mamilla did. So you can instantly choose what you want to share, publish that to the cloud, and the other teams will now see that newer information has been shared. And you can easily see that was the structural team who updated their information. So there's the dot. They can easily click on it and once again look at the changes. And what's nice is they simply click on show changes and they can see, oh, okay, there's items that have been modified, and in this instance, there's 7 items that have been modified. So very nice to see that changes from one version to the other version. So as you saw, the process is very easy, guys, but we could even make it much more easier for yourself with the help of the integration with Navisworks and Revit. So there's the issues add-in tool that you can download separately for Navisworks and Revit. And this makes it very user-friendly or very easier for you to manage your issues, because what I'm going to show to you now is the exact same workflow by clicking on one of those issues or clashes and then creating an issue. But let's say now I don't constantly, as a Revit modeler, want to go to the cloud and see all those issues. All I would have to do is with the issues add-in, I can simply click on manage issues, and I can say what issues do I want to see, and it will load all the issues for me. So I don't have to go to the cloud. I can simply click on one of these issues and it will also show me all the issue pushpins on the screen. And once I click on one of those issues, I can exactly see what is wrong. I can read the description that was assigned to me. And in my Revit interface, I can instantly change that status of that issue. So sorry for this, but just to show you in Navisworks, you got the same thing. So in Navisworks, once again, I can easily create a federated model and I can do the same thing, click on manage issues, and I can see all the issues that relates to this specific project without even going to the cloud. And if I were to click on one of those issues, it will show me physically in my model where it is and all the information related to that issue. And what's nice is a lot of people actually do ask us, since BIM Collaborate Pro is doing all the clash tests for you, why would you actually come back to Navisworks? Now, the only thing with the cloud clash tests is that you can only compare two models against each other. So it will either be the structural model and the MEP model, or it will be the structural versus the architect, for instance. Whereas with Navisworks, you can do more refined clash tests. So for instance, I could have said, I want to see how my structural columns and structural beams and slabs, only those items, clashes with the MEP model. That's what's nice with Navisworks. So you can come into Navisworks and create more refined clash tests to be run. And then from these clashes, you can instantly create an issue by simply right-clicking on it, and it will show you where do you want to place your issue, and I can indicate where I want it to be placed. And once again, I can fill out that information, whose problem this is and when it needs to be resolved. And it also gives you that nice snapshot as well. And basically, guys, at any time if an issue was created in Navisworks or in Revit, that will reflect back to the cloud as well. And if anything were to change in the cloud, that will reflect back to your Revit interface and your Navisworks interface. And then just lastly as well, you don't need a BIM Collaborate Pro license to physically create issues. You just need it to physically see the clashes in the cloud. So you simply just need a docs license if you want to view, review, or create issues. So if you do have an AEC collection, you can already do that. So please go test it out. It's really fun to do. Then lastly as well, with BIM Collaborate is you can also create issues on PDFs as well, not just in drawings, physical drawings. You can also create an issue on a physical PDF. And once again, it shows you the bubble of the issue that has been created, and you can see all the information regarding that issue and who it has been assigned to. So in this case, Bill needs to inform the guys on site that the owner requested the columns needs cover. And what's nice is with the help of the red line markups, I can also instantly see which columns is he talking about. And once this has been resolved on site, Bill can instantly come here and change the status back to closed. So as I've shown you, BIM Collaborate is really amazing once it comes to change management and issue management. And I will hand over to Mamelo.
Now, let's talk about running effective coordination meetings. Whether it's reviewing issues, final designs, or tracking progress, you can use the model's live data and reports to ensure that all participants are on the same page. You can create custom reports by using the filters, or you can use the templates to generate daily or weekly reports. In this example, I'm just going to show you how to create an issue detail report. So under reports, you'll go to your templates and you'll simply select the issue detail template. You can edit this template according to your preferences, and you can sort it by status on whether you only want to see the open issues, maybe. Once you're done, you can say run report. And in this case, I'll say yes, run report and save as new template. This will enable me to use this template again for a different report if ever needs be. Once the report is created, you'll be able to see it under your reports log. You can also download your report. You can share your report. You can get a copy link of your report. You can save it as a template, or you can void the report. If you click on the report and you open it, this is what the report will look like. And here you can see that it's an issue detail, number 2, duct versus beam. And you can see that it's a coordination clash. And if you scroll down, you can see the history of the comments regarding this clash. So I'll just read the last 2, duct position revised, issue resolved. Another cool feature about reports is that they have hyperlinks that you can click on. And if you click on it, it will open in ACC and it will show you exactly where that clash is in your model. Now, meetings. The nice thing about meetings is that you can create an agenda. You can create a list of all of the topics and items that you want to discuss in your meeting, and you can assign a status to each item. So you can say whether the item is open, ongoing, on hold, or closed. You can also assign a due date to each item, an assignee, and you can also attach references, files, sheets, RFIs, or issues. Please note that sheets and RFIs are a build functionality. So if you don't have build, you will not be able to attach sheets and RFIs. Another nice thing is that once you've gone through all the items on your list, you can change the agenda to minutes. And this is a game changer. If you've ever had to type minutes, you know that this saves time. You can also create follow-up meetings. And what I like about this is that if you had any open issues in the previous meeting, it will take those issues and bring them into the follow-up meeting so that you can address those issues. And lastly, but not least, you can also manage and edit your meetings in the ACC mobile app. So this is all a convenience and it saves a lot of time. Using the insights from your data to help you make informed decisions on your project. So Insight gives you project level data analytics. And under your design dashboard, you'll be able to view your issue status, issues by company, issue trend, coordination issue status, project design issues, coordination active versus closed, coordination by company, project design. So this just gives you a holistic overview of your project. You can quickly assess trends and issues in your project. You can identify gaps or problems in your project, and this gives you an idea of what to prioritize in your project. And of course, you can also customize your dashboards. So you can rearrange the cards according to what you want to see and how you want to see it. You can also add more cards to your dashboard by opening the card library. You can integrate data from third-party applications such as scheduling and estimating software. And as you can see, the list is endless. Once you've completed your dashboard, you can share it with all project members, or you can choose to select it with to share it with a few select project members, depending on the insights that everyone needs to see. And this is just an easy way to digest information through visuals. Another cool feature is that you can use Data Connector to connect to Power BI. And ACC has made it simple for you by providing Power BI templates. So this is the template gallery. You can create meeting minutes dashboards, reviews dashboards, activities dashboards, and etc. Please note that you have to be a project administrator in order to be able to connect to Data Connector. This is a Power BI dashboard that I created by extracting model data from ACC. So I simply just open Power BI and I connect to ACC to extract data from my Revit model. And this is just looking at the 3D model viewer. I'm also looking at the Revit categories specific to this model. And I'm also looking at the count by family type. So the nice thing about this is that I can isolate each category. And when I do that, it will zoom into that category in the model. So I can see exactly where it is in the model, and it will tell me how many of that type of family there are for each category. Another cool feature is that I can take this entire dashboard and link it back to ACC so that I can view it in ACC. Looking at the new, or shall I rather say, lesser known features. Did you know that ACC is constantly updating their products? So if I go into the ACC roadmap website, I'll be able to see a list of all of the features that they're currently developing. And in this case, if I open model management, for instance, I'll be able to see the related products, and I can see BIM Collaborate. And currently in development, they're looking at the level offset, object table clash detection, always on mini map. And on the right-hand side, I can see the recent product releases from September 24, November 24 to January 2025. There are 45 plus product releases to watch out for in January. And to be honest, I myself have not gone through all of them. So ACC is constantly updating, and I mean constantly. Correspondence is not really a new feature, but it's something that a lot of people don't know about. So you can create a correspondence by entering the subject and the people that you want to be a part of this communication. And once again, you can add references, files, issues, submittals, photos, etc. You can also upload emails. You can also use the project email address in your email communication. You can just simply copy this project email address. And if I open this example, you can see in the recipients that the project email address has been used. And this is how it tracks in ACC. So essentially, you store all project-related communications directly in the project in ACC. Now looking at viewing team member projects, and this is a new feature. Please note that you have to be an account admin in order to be able to do this. So under account admin, I'll just go under my members. I'll scroll down and let's say David, for instance. And on the right-hand side, I'll be able to see that David has 13 projects assigned to him. If I click on it, it will show me all the projects that have been assigned to him. This is a lovely feature because if someone is not supposed to be on a project, you can just simply remove them. Transform project delivery with a digital twin. BIM Collaborate Pro subscribers now have access to Tandem for AEC. This is a cloud-based solution. It empowers AEC firms to build, deliver, and maintain digital twins throughout their projects, and hand them over to clients with intelligent asset data already incorporated. Transform any building into a data-rich resource and leverage its insights. We just showed you how BIM Collaborate Pro can elevate your coordination and collaboration, but the proof is in the pudding. So I will now show you 2 local success stories. With KMH, I'll quote Michael Brown, who noted, ACC has made seamless working between offices possible. This has enabled real-time collaboration across offices and other consultants, and it has created a platform for transparency so that all team members can see changes when they happen, making coordination easy. ACC has allowed Datascape and Crux architects to practice what they preach, working in the cloud while designing data centers. ACC made it possible to defy geographical constraints due to the nature of certain projects. And in case you were still wondering if you should use ACC or not, go onto our website. Have a look at the various success stories from the wonderful people that we've had the opportunity of working with. And under Baker Baynes Customer Success Stories, this is where you will find them. Over to you, Nadia.
Awesome, great success stories, Mamilo. I actually liked the Datascape one the most. So as you guys saw, with BIM Collaborate, you can say goodbye to outdated models and manual file sharing. You can save a lot of time with that automated clash detection tool, which will reduce your rework and basically keep your projects on track. And as we've shown you, it allows for better coordination, which leads to fewer errors, and you won't have so many delays anymore on your projects. And you can stay on top of the changes, as I've shown you with that fancy slider tool and the overlay tool. Whatever one you want to use, you saw it's very easy. And with the Revit models, where you can easily see once something has been added or removed or even just modified. And with the help of the insights and reporting tool, as Mamilo has shown you, you can easily make data-driven decisions with ease. So BIM Collaborate and BIM Collaborate Pro has really a lot of great functions that can really help you collaborate and coordinate better on all your projects. And with that being said, we would like to open out to the audience. Do you guys have any questions? We will check in the chat box quickly. Any questions did you see, Mamilo?
Nope. No questions. Okay. Guess that's it, Nadia.
I don't see any questions. It's just a tick.
Oh, someone has their hand up.
I think it's a basic question. Do you receive a notification once a change is uploaded? Yeah, so you will get, it depends on your project admin settings. Okay, so somebody asked, do you receive a notification once a change is uploaded? So within your project admin settings, you can say how many notifications you want to receive, and you can also say what type of notifications you want to receive. So you can also, for instance, say once somebody has uploaded a latest information, you want to get a notification. For instance, when Mamilo created a package, I can set that notification up, and I can easily go click on the link on the email that I will receive. So basically you will receive an email with a link, and if I were to click on that link, it will take me to that package. Another question from Mapari, how do you upload your models to the cloud? So there's different methods of doing this. Basically, you can simply drag and drop files to your docs. So you also have to need to download the desktop connector. Basically, if you download the desktop connector, you don't physically have to go to the cloud every time to upload items. You can simply drag and drop into that desktop connector. For Revit models, you can simply open your Revit model and go save as cloud model. And next time you can also, within your Revit interface, for instance, instead of going open, you go to Autodesk projects, and there you will see is all your projects, and you can easily choose which project do you want to work on. Thanks for that question, Mapari.
I think there was one question from Petra. Can you type your question in the chat box?
Petra, if you can you please type I saw you had your hand up. Can you please type your question in the chat box? Well, thank you for that comment. They said, thank you, excellent presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, before you guys actually go, we would like to launch another poll and just ask you if you would be interested in a one-on-one demo of BIM Collaborate Pro, where we will physically sit with you and show you an actual demo live. If you can please answer that question, because then we can get in touch with you. And with that poll running, we at Baker Baynes say that we solve our customers' problems through digital transformation, helping them to design and make a better world. So please partner with us if you are looking for smarter coordination or collaboration, as we can start by conducting a needs analysis to maybe help you determine the right mix of subscriptions for your specific project needs. We do training, as I mentioned in the beginning, whether it's organization-wide or project-based or specific to a user. We can offer literally any customized training that fits your workflows. Implementation and configuration. We can support you with the ACC account setup, for instance. We can help you create templates and help you with the whole configuration of your project, as well as helping you with BIM processes and protocols and best practices. Then I will ask my colleagues to please drop our website links in the chat box, but you guys will note we have two websites, not just the bakerbaynes.com website. We also have a nice tools one, which we call the transformation tools, where you will find a lot of free stuff. There's a lot of free ebooks, a lot of free guides, and a lot of free content that you can use. And you will also see our courses that we might have in the future, the dates and time, and the future webinars we will be hosting as well. And just to showcase to you what there is to download, so this is basically the website as well if you want to go check it out. But there's a few of them that is for free, basically the ones I have on my screen here. There is more of them that is for free, but this is the most interesting ones I saw. For instance, the 10 Revit model maintenance checks ones. All the Revit users will love this one, because it will, if you have a lot of errors or clashes or your PC keeps on crashing on you, go look at this one. The architects for conceptual design. This is also very nice. It showcases you how the AEC collection can help you with conceptual design. And my favorite one is this one on the right. We recently released it. It is basically showcasing you 23 Autodesk Construction Cloud tips and tricks. And it's not just BIM Collaborate, but it's also on Build and Docs as well. So please go look at this one and keep an eye out for our future one, which is coming. We also did an AI ebook, which will also be free. So definitely go look at that website. There's a lot of stuff that you can use. And then as I mentioned, guys, if you want to get in touch with us, please get in touch. You will see here at the bottom, I've added the info@bakerbaynes.com email address. But if you guys want to directly deal with me or Mamelo, that's our email addresses. You can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We're literally everywhere. As I said, we don't have just the bakerbaynes.com website, but also the tools.bakerbaynes.com, which is very nice. And not only do we have offices in Johannesburg, but also in Cape Town. So we're widespread. Okay. Yes, Mamelo.
I think we had a question here from Liesel. Just going to allow her mic. If you still have a question, I saw your hand was raised.
Hi, sorry, no, we were trying to ask questions in the chat.
Oh.
And I think my colleague would like to maybe just ask her question. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Hi, this is Petra speaking. I was wondering, where do we get the insight, the issues add-on that you showed us? Because I can't seem to find it.
Okay, we will also put that in the chat box for you, the direct link, and you can just click on that link and go download it.
Perfect. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys? If you want, you can put your hand up and we will unmute you.
There is one question in the chat box. Someone says, I believe that you mentioned that using the Autodesk docs, you can still get clash detection with no need for BIM Collaborate. So
no. So you with BIM Collaborate, you get the clash detection tool. But remember, with just a docs license, you can create issues. So that push pin that I showed you, where you can actually say this is an issue and assign relevant information, you will only be able to create an issue. For instance, on that PDF, you won't actually be able to see those clashes where you saw the red object with the green object. You won't see that because that's part of BIM Collaborate, but you can still freely go to a model or a PDF and click where you think there is an issue, or where you even think where you add, for instance, a red line markup, then you can add an issue there and assign relevant information to that issue and assign it to the correct person. Thank you, Jonathan. Glad you enjoyed it. Okay, thank you, guys. It's officially 12 o'clock. We don't want to keep you waiting. Thank you for joining today's webinar and have a lovely weekend.